In a quiet, forgotten town, there was an old, abandoned house at the edge of the woods. For decades, it had been the subject of local legends, whispered stories of strange occurrences and eerie sounds that haunted the nights. One day, a young woman named Emily moved into the town. Intrigued by the stories, she decided to explore the old house. Armed with a flashlight and a notebook, she entered the creaky structure. The interior was dusty and covered in cobwebs. Emily's footsteps echoed through the empty rooms. As she wandered through the house, she came across a small, dimly lit study. There, on a dusty desk, lay a stack of old, yellowed letters tied with a faded ribbon. Curiosity piqued, Emily untied the ribbon and began reading the letters. They were addressed to a woman named Clara, written in elegant, flowing script. The letters spoke of a love affair that had turned tragic, filled with promises and regrets. The final letter, dated more than 50 years ago, was different. It was a frantic scrawl. "Clara, I can't find you. They're coming for us. Meet me at the old oak tree by midnight. Please, I need you." Emily's heart raced. She felt a strange chill as she read the words. The letter mentioned a meeting place she had heard about in town lore, the old oak tree. Deciding to investigate, she made her way outside and into the woods. The night was eerily quiet, and the full moon cast long shadows across the forest floor. Emily reached the old oak tree, its gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. She glanced around, her flashlight casting unsettling shadows. Then she noticed something at the base of the tree, a small, rusted key. Feeling a mix of excitement and dread, Emily picked up the key and examined it. It was old, with intricate designs, and seemed to glow faintly in the moonlight. She wondered what it might unlock. Suddenly, she heard a rustling sound behind her. She turned quickly, but saw nothing. Her flashlight flickered. She felt a cold breath on her neck and her heart pounded. The rustling grew louder, and she realized she was not alone. Panicking, she ran back to the house, the key clutched tightly in her hand. She rushed into the study, her breath coming in ragged gasps. As she looked around, she noticed a small hidden drawer in the desk. Could the key fit? Her hands trembled as she inserted the key into the drawer's lock. It clicked open. Inside, she found a small, ornate box. Her curiosity overcame her fear, and she carefully lifted the lid. Inside the box was a silver locket. Emily opened it and found a faded photograph of a young woman and a man, Clara and her lover. Beneath the photo was a note. "To the one who finds this, know that our love was never meant to be separated. We are bound together for eternity. Please, find a way to end the curse and free us from this torment." Emily's blood ran cold. She felt a deep, sorrowful presence envelop the room. The house seemed to shudder as if in pain. Desperate, she tried to leave but found the front door jammed. The shadows around her grew darker and more menacing. She could feel the weight of the spirits around her, trapped and longing for release. In a final attempt, she read the note aloud, hoping to fulfill the request. As she finished, a gust of wind blew through the room, extinguishing her flashlight. The temperature dropped sharply. She felt the presence of Clara and her lover, their anguish palpable. When the light returned, Emily was alone. The door was no longer jammed. She hurried out of the house and never returned. The old house remained abandoned, but the story of Emily's encounter spread through town. Some say she released the spirits. Others say they remain bound to the house, waiting for the next visitor to uncover their tragic tale. Emily left town, but the experience haunted her for the rest of her life. The old oak tree and the house stood as reminders of a love lost and a curse that lingered, waiting for someone brave or foolish enough to face its dark secrets.